Good morning. Thanks to all who have joined us this morning for the 2024 Chatham-Kent Celebration of Older Adults Virtual Senior of the Year Award Ceremony. My name is Claire Latimer, and I'm joined here with Councillor Marjorie Crew. And Marjorie, I'd like you to invite Mayor Caniff.
Thank you, Claire. This is wonderful. I don't know how many times we've done this virtual event, but it's always exciting and it's fun and doing all of these things. But at this time, I would like to introduce and invite our Mayor, Darren Caniff, to bring greetings from the municipality of Chatham-Kent.
Good morning, everybody. Thrilled that everyone joining today. It's a special day we have every year here in Chatham-Kent to show what seniors do throughout our community and celebrate that. It's so important what each and every person does in our community. That's what makes Chatham-Kent so special. So many people look at Chatham-Kent as a very special place, and when I talk to them, it's because of the people. It's very important we reach out and thank the people that do so much in our community. So this is a great opportunity for us to put individuals on a pedestal, celebrate what they've done for Chatham-Kent. Thank you for everything you do in our community. We appreciate it, and it wouldn't be the same without you.
Training to create her face fitness program. Dr. Ruffin's program empowers individuals to defy their age by lifting and toning their facial muscles and creating healthy and glowing skin through her personalized face fitness program and plant-based skincare line. Dr. Ruffin is the founder and CEO of Balance and former assistant clinical professor at the Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City. She completed her surgical residency and chief residency training at the Akan School of Medicine at Mount Sinai and completed a mini fellowship in dermopathology at Bacco Diagnostics. Prior to Dr. Ruffin's medical education and training, she was a corporate executive with a Fortune 20 financial services corporation in which she led one of their business lines. Welcome, Dr. Ruffin. We are so excited to have you with us this morning to talk about the natural mind-face-fit connection.
Claire, for your wonderful introduction. And congratulations to all the 2024 Achievement Award.
Mind-face-fit connection.
Is the presentation? Okay, there you go. Okay. I am pleased to be here with you all this morning to discuss the lifelong practice of face exercise. And my hope is that you will all walk away with a greater understanding of what contributes to facial aging and how a face fitness routine can help you age gracefully, naturally. And you may want to have a pen and paper to take notes because at the end of the presentation, we'll have a brief Q&A. So before we dive in, I wanted to provide you with a little background on why the topic of face fitness is important as we age. Women and men are living longer and exploring their second and third careers with the same ambition as in the first half of their lives while continuing to build upon their accomplishments. And some of these individuals have the financial means to retire but choose not to because they want to continue to be challenged and productive while making a positive difference in society. So focusing on the face is important as this is how we introduce ourselves to the world, especially in the age of Zoom and video conferencing where the face is mostly seen. A recent study reported that during the pandemic, when many were required to use video conferencing, many women and men reported a significant dissatisfaction with their facial appearance because for the first time they saw themselves exactly how others see them. And this has prompted many to think about how well they are aging and how they can continue to look vibrant and youthful as they pursue their endeavors. When the muscles in our bodies are out of shape, we appear unhealthy and unfit. Well, similarly, our facial muscles can become out of shape and can portray a facial image that looks tired and lacks vitality. In addition, some individuals feel that there is a discrepancy between how they look and how they feel inside. For example, many feel they tend to look unhappy or angry when they are not. Many believe that this is primarily due to the aging process and either think there is nothing they can do or they seek ways to improve their facial appearance through invasive cosmetic procedures and surgery, which carry risks and side effects. However, there are natural ways to improve your facial appearance without compromising your health. My journey on this path started about 5 years ago at the age of 48. I looked in the mirror and realized that my healthy lifestyle and skincare routine was not enough to improve how I was aging. I felt like something was missing in my regimen, but couldn't pinpoint the cause. While some of my friends and acquaintances were electing to have cosmetic surgery or procedures, I knew in my heart this was not the route I wanted to pursue. I was seeking a more natural approach. Therefore, I searched for a natural anti-aging solution. And my research led me to the anti-aging practice of facial exercise to lift and tone my facial muscles to create a more youthful facial appearance. And this concept is similar to exercising your skeletal muscles, which results in a more sculpted body. And so I created a face fitness program, which is a natural and holistic anti-aging program for the face. And through this program, I'm able to work with women and men from all over who are seeking a natural alternative to achieve a more facial appearance at any age. So today I will briefly take you through 2 major factors that contribute to an aged appearance, and then I will introduce you to a natural solution. So the first factor is gravity and volume loss of fat, muscle, and bone. This results in sagging skin, blunted facial contours, folds, and creases. The second factor is your resting facial expression. And the fact is that the more unhappy, sad, angry, or bitter you look, the older you look. This is regardless of age. Therefore, your resting facial expression is a leading cause of producing an aged appearance. And to address these 2 factors, an understanding of the role your facial muscles play is key. You have over 50 muscles in your face and neck that are connected to one another. And these muscles are thin, flat, and they can also be exercised just like your skeletal muscles. There are 2 different neural pathways between the brain and the facial muscles, the voluntary and involuntary. Face exercise utilizes the voluntary pathway. However, it must be learned. Furthermore, unlike the skeletal muscles, a unique feature of facial muscles is that they are the only muscles that are attached directly to the skin, which is why facial exercising can be so impactful. If you take a look at this slide, the illustration on the left shows the skeletal muscles, which attaches bone to bone. The illustration on the right shows the facial muscles attaching bone to skin. So whatever shape your facial muscles are in, your skin will be in as well. For example, if the facial muscles are toned, your skin will be repositioned in a tighter and more toned position and pattern. If the facial muscles are out of shape, the skin will become looser and sag. Now that we have a basic understanding of the facial muscles, let's understand how the facial muscles are impacted by the first factor I mentioned previously, which is gravity and volume loss. Your facial expression is affected by gravity and volume loss of fat, loss of muscle tone, and bone loss, which in turn affects your resting facial expression. In this illustration, we can see 3 snapshots of a woman age 35, then her at age 45, and then at age 55. Her skin is shown on the left half of her face, and on the right half of her face, the red depicts facial muscles, and fat is depicted in yellow compartments covering parts of the muscle. What happens in our face over time is this. First, fat, muscle, and facial bones form the framework and structure for the skin, helping to maintain firm facial contours. And over time, we lose fat volume, which makes our face appear less full or gives us a flattened look in our cheeks or a hollowness around our eyes. And as you can see in the illustration, as this woman ages, there is less yellow that appears on her face, which is less fat. Next, gravitational forces over time change the distribution of the remaining fat compartments. And as you can see in the illustration, at age 45 and at age 55, where the fat moves lower on the face. Next, the change that takes place is muscle mass becomes lax and atrophied due to gravity. And also, the muscles move lower on the face, pulling the skin downward with it. And over time, our facial bones resorb due to the lack of gravity-resistant muscle movement against these bones. So the volume loss in the fat and muscle creates convexities in the face, causing the skin to become loose and hang, and it leads to an aged appearance. However, what can be seen in this illustration is that the less fat you have, the more prominent your facial muscles become. This is a bright spot in what's happening because there is something you can do about your facial muscles. Exercising your facial muscles will increase muscle volume, make the muscles more toned, and works against the bone to reduce bone resorption. It also tightens the skin and improves the overall appearance of the face structure, thereby reversing the signs of aging. So now let's take a look at how your facial expressions, driven by the mind-face connection, also contributes to an aged appearance. Another unique attribute of your facial muscles is that your skeletal muscles what your skeletal muscles actually don't have is that your facial muscles are the only muscles in the body that are intricately linked to the brain. So similar to the mind-body connection that many of us are familiar with, your mind-face connection is even stronger. And this means that every thought, feeling, and emotion shows up on your face, not the muscles of your body. So over time, your face shows the accumulations of your experiences as they become etched in your face. And we've seen it in our own faces and in the faces of others. For example, an accumulation of more positive than negative life experiences reveals a pleasant facial appearance, at rest. For example, the mouth turned upward or your face looking lifted. An accumulation of more negative than positive life experiences could reveal an unhappy facial appearance at rest. For example, the lines between the eyebrows or a downward turned mouth. Excuse me. So what is face fitness? With an understanding of how gravity, volume loss, and facial expression causes the face to appear aged or older, it became clear to me that the way to rejuvenate the face naturally was to create a fit face like a fit body. Exercising facial muscles can strengthen and tone them to bring about not just a more aesthetically pleasing looking face, but also a functionally better face, where words are pronounced clearer and food and drink stays in the mouth. Those are just a few examples. I began to define the concept of face fitness as a state of being where the facial muscles are toned, the skin is healthy, radiant, glowing, and the mind-face connection brings about a pleasant and youthful facial appearance regardless of age. And subsequently, I developed a face fitness program that is individually tailored to naturally reverse age-related negative facial expressions and bring about a more youthful, rested, fit, and relaxed facial appearance naturally and non-invasively. That's no side effects, no downtime, can be done in the comfort of your own home in 10 minutes or less. It's sustainable over a lifetime, and my approach is aspirational and encourages realistic expectations rather than affirming a stereotypical image of beauty. So first, to address the gravity and volume loss that your face experiences over time, you must move your facial muscles against the gravity to restore muscle tone through facial exercise. So it's not just the movement of the face through your normal facial expressions as you go about the day, but you have to move those muscles against the gravity to restore the muscle tone. Second, to address negative resting facial appearance, the mind-face connection must be restored. And lastly, caring for the skin with natural and organic products is so important. But due to time constraints, we're not going to cover the skin today. So since the facial muscles become more prominent, as we had seen in the photos previously of the woman that was aging, my face exercise method strengthens and tones the underlying muscles of the skin to rejuvenate the face in a more youthful, healthier, and vibrant facial appearance. It's rooted in facial anatomy, muscle physiology, biomechanics, neuroscience, and contains over 100 face exercises that I personally tailor to each client's facial structure and needs. The areas of the face that can be targeted for face exercise. So the forehead's horizontal wrinkles and vertical wrinkles on the forehead, the crow's feet, under eye bags, and upper and lower eyelid creases, sagging and flattened cheeks, deep and long creases along the nasolabial folds, marionette lines along the sides of the mouth and the mouth turned down, upper lip wrinkles and thinning lips, sagging, wrinkled, crepey skin on the neck, and jawline jowls. Also, it's important to understand that facial exercising is a 4-step process that's learned over time. You first start by releasing the facial muscles of any tightness or contractures, locating the target muscles on your face to move the muscles in a voluntary way, isolating the target muscles, and activating the target muscles consistently to achieve results. So the areas of, So an example here is an exercise that I'm going to show you that helps with a downward turned mouth. So please note that the exercise will require you to make use of your jaw. Therefore, those who may have TMJ or face pain, I advise you not to participate in the following exercise. But for the rest of you, partake as you are able. So the first exercise is that you would fold your lips over your teeth. So the upper lip over the top teeth, the bottom lip over the bottom teeth. Fold them in and smile high and wide as you see in the photo. Hold this position for 10 seconds or longer, and then you release. You can perform this exercise 1 to 2 times per day. The mind-face connection component of the program addresses age-related negative facial expressions at rest. And as you can see, this gentleman is looking and thinking, why does everyone think I look angry? I feel happy. Well, this is an often overlooked aspect of facial aging. As I mentioned previously, some individuals feel that there's a discrepancy between their image and how they feel, where their facial expressions at rest appear sad, angry, or tired, even though they don't feel this way. So I created a protocol to help individuals bring about a pleasant, youthful facial appearance at rest by rebuilding the close link between their mind and facial muscles. You can begin to restore your mind-face connection through 4 easy steps to unlearn the pattern of facial expressions that are aging you. You can create facial muscle awareness and relieve the ongoing facial muscle tension. The first step is, without a facial expression, look at yourself in the mirror or take a photo of your face without a facial expression and look at the photo. And spend time identifying areas of your face that appear sad, angry, or unhappy. The next step is to close your eyes and move these particular areas of your face to determine if you are indeed holding any tension in those areas. And if you are, then you can relax those areas by using a facial tool such as a jade roller. I will talk about that tool on the next slide. The third step is to recognize any activating experiences or events that trigger these emotions that cause the tension in these areas of your face by being mindful of the thoughts and feelings and emotions that cause those negative reactions in your face. So what's causing you to furrow between your brows or clenching your jaw? Then you can actively release these areas. If you have your facial tool nearby, you can use this tool to help relieve the tension. So a facial tool that I use often and recommend to my clients is the Jade Roller. It's a facial massage tool that I use. And facial massage is by far the most important step in an effective, non-invasive face care regimen that is great to relieve facial tension and improve the overall look of your face. It's also very relaxing and calming. And the Jade Roller is great for gently rolling up, and if you can see me on the screen, you can gently use the larger side to roll up on your cheeks and across your forehead. And the smaller roller you can use over your eye area or areas where you want to smooth out the fine lines and wrinkles. It's important to ensure that your Jade Roller is made from authentic stone and that it doesn't have any artificial polish on them. Also, another great thing about the Jade Roller is that it is small enough to carry with you wherever you go. So lastly, here's an example of the results of the mind-face connection and face exercise protocol at work in one of my clients. The photo on the left shows a 69-year-old woman who came to me to help her correct her constant downward shape of her mouth at rest. She felt she always looked sad and unhappy, and as a new entrepreneur, she did not want this negative facial appearance to turn off her new clients. So after working with me for several weeks, the photo on the right shows the results of her mouth at rest, which reveals a more neutral to pleasant facial appearance. So thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you've learned a little bit more about your face and how you can take control to age gracefully naturally. I would like to offer each attendee a free complimentary consultation. You can head over to my website at balance.com and click request a complimentary consultation. And you can also use that time for us to go over the protocol that I went over today. I am also offering 10% off all Balance skincare products and beauty tools. You can use the code Chatham-Kent at checkout. At this time, I'm available to answer any questions you may have. Okay. Okay, so I see Alice T has a question. How long does it take to see results from exercising your face? Great question. So I would say anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. And the reason why there is a range is that your facial muscles are different in each part of your face. The facial muscles that are around your eye area tend to be more superficial, closer to the skin. And so you can actually see results much sooner. The facial muscles in the mid-face, around the jawline and the neck tends to be bigger, so there's more volume to those facial muscles, and they're more complex. So there are many more muscles that make up that area. So that's where it could take longer. And so usually my programs, they range between 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and 20 weeks. And that's because the facial muscles are different in each area. And so you need more time to, one, learn how to gain control of those facial muscles, and then to begin exercising and seeing results. What is the ideal age to start exercising your face? Great question. There is actually no particular age in which to start. You can start at any time. I have clients that start in their 40s, and I have my oldest client is in her 80s. And it's never too late to start. Just like it would be never too late to start exercising your body. It's never too late to start exercising your face. Your face is muscles just like the rest of your body. And so it's so important to be able to use those muscles and work them out. The third. Oh, I can't hear. Claire, are you saying something?
We muted ourselves for your presentation. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm amazed. I have to say, I have never known how exactly what that Jade Roller was really like. So that was a great demonstration. How often do you have to use that? Every day, twice a day?
So you can use it as often as you like. Sometimes when I am working on something and I get, I tend to frown and I get these lines and, contract, I will just sit and just kind of roll them out. It's like a nice, quick facial massage, because what it does is your face can hold muscle tension just like the rest of your body, but you don't want that muscle tension to stay. So, usually people say, well, oh, I get lines when I smile like this. Yeah, I do too. And that's fine. You should get the lines, for this when you smile on the sides of your eyes and face because you're smiling, but you don't want them to stay for the long term. So it's really how quickly your muscles can release the tension and go back to normal versus stay in that same pattern. And that's really what that is.
And who knew that loss of fat in your face is the cause of that aged look?
Yeah.
I mean, our aim in life was always to lose.
Exactly. I want more fat, but I want it to go to my face.
Want to go up, not down. You're right. Well, I think every counselor should get a welcome gift, a jade roller welcome gift before they come on counsel for all the stress.
What a big roller.
A great gift. The third question, how long are the face fitness sessions and what are they like? So the face fitness sessions are 45 minutes. And what typically happens in the session is that we'll go over the particular exercise for the area of the face that we're working on. And I teach you how to exercise the face, exercise that area, exercise that muscle. And so that's what you learn during that 45-minute session. Then you get a sheet with the exercise protocol and you go off and you exercise for that following week until we meet the next week. And you exercise, based on whatever the protocol, once or twice a day, 6-7 days a week, what have you. So that's what typically takes place. So we spend time going through how to exercise a face because it's not easy. And everyone's face is different. Everyone has different control over their facial muscles because some people are more expressive than others. So it really varies. But that's typically what takes place during the session. And yes.
I'm interested. Do you get how many? I know women would pick this up, I'm sure readily, but you also say you have a number of clientele that are men as well.
Yes. They want to look vibrant and fit as well. So yeah, it's the same, really the same protocol. The process is the same, you learn the same as well. But when I first started, I had all women. And then as the word spread, I had some of their husbands join, and then I had couples join. So they were couple sessions, and then more men, started spreading the word. And so it just, I have a mix, and it varies from time to time, but it's really, everyone wants to look their best. And I think that's really what I teach is how to age gracefully, naturally. You're not trying to look like you're 20. You're not trying to look like you're 30. You're just trying to look at like the best version of yourself at whatever age. And who doesn't want that?
Well, you're right. And everyone knows somebody who you knew them when they were younger and you see them 40 years later and you think, this person hasn't even aged. And that must be that mind-face connection.
Yeah. It has a lot to do with it. I find
Thanks for explaining that.
You're welcome. I find that people who smile more, because I actually did a presentation and there was a woman in her, she was like 83 or something. And she had the face of a little girl. Like she looked so beautiful. And she said, what I do every day is I smile like for hours. And it really like lifts. She said it lifts. And she goes, that's my secret. And I'm like, so she said, I agree with you. You're onto something because it's really moving those facial muscles in a way that counteract gravity and actually produce a more pleasant facial appearance.
Yeah.
The fourth question, how often do you have to exercise your face? So that's a good question. So in the beginning, you're trying to create muscle memory. So it will take 7 days a week for the first, several weeks of exercising your face daily. But once you're in maintenance mode, like I've been exercising my face for 5 years, I'm in maintenance mode. I don't have to be as rigid morning and evening, 7 days a week. I can, as long as I exercise 3 to 4 times a week, and it takes less than, each time I do it, it takes less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes to exercise your face, if that much, especially now. So it really varies. But, for the first, I would say 6 to 12 weeks, depending on which part of the face, you're going to be exercising daily, twice a day.
That's all right. That's kind of normal.
And last question, is there a recommended skincare routine to practice? Yes, definitely. As you age, your face, the skin in your face does not turn over as quickly. So you could experience rough skin, dry skin, dull looking skin. And that's primarily because you have to exfoliate your skin cells more often. And so I recommend exfoliation, not necessarily a manual rough exfoliation. So not, there's like the jojoba beads that people use, and that's really rough. I just recommend some natural organic acids like alpha and beta hydroxy acids that come from fruit like apples, to gently exfoliate your skin daily or 2 to 3 times a week. I actually exfoliate my skin daily. I have a gentle cleanser. It's an exfoliating cleanser. I just use a little bit and I just cleanse that. I think, without going into a huge routine, exfoliating is probably the biggest, it will make the biggest difference in your skin. Also for the neck, and a little tip, we don't have oil glands in our neck. So it's important to keep your neck super, super moisturized and hydrated. You can never over moisturize your neck. Who's ever heard of an oily, greasy neck? No, but your face can get really oily and greasy. Your neck, never. As soon as you put something, like I put cream on, and right now it's like very dry. So that's a key to keep the neck, nice and moisturized.
For those who are listening and watching, Dr. Ruffin is offering that free clinical evaluation and a reduction in the prices for a skin line. But that's something that we didn't know you were going to do. So thank you very much for that, because we'd be interested to know how many people took you up on your offer for the free skincare or the free facial exercise consultation.
Sure.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ruffin. This has been an amazing educational session. And what I really like is that you can exercise your face and you can do it anywhere. You don't need to go change your clothes to work out. So that's a win-win, right? So on behalf of our committee, we really appreciate you taking time out of your day to educate our community on facial fitness. So we have made a donation to the Chatham-Kent Public Library Literary Angels program, and we have donated 2 books in your name, Plant Magic and The Layered Edible Garden. So in your name, these books will be donated to the Chatham-Kent Public Library to educate people from here till eternity.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you both, and thank you to the Chatham-Kent community.
Wonderful. Have a wonderful day. All righty. So right now, what we're going to do is we are going to have a bit of a prologue before our Senior of the Year award presentation. June is Seniors Month, and Chatham-Kent Senior Achievement Awards virtual event is a great way to kick off this month of recognition, reminding all of us that the local volunteer level of commitment, skill, and talent of our older adults in this community is what makes Chatham-Kent such a great place to live, work, and play. So Marjorie's going to lead me right now, and we're going to right now put up a list of the 33 nominees that were received this year for the Chatham-Kent Senior of the Year Award. Each of these individuals nominated understand the value of their life experience and demonstrate a willingness to generously share their passions with others in our community. So it gives us great joy to celebrate and recognize these dedicated volunteers who continue to inspire us through their tireless dedication and volunteer accomplishments. So we'll take a minute here to set up in Mayor Caniff's office, actually, and we'll be right back with the Senior of the Year for 2024 announcement.
the best part of our show, the part that everyone has been waiting for. We are going to announce this year's, the 2024 Senior of the Year Award. And this year, it gives me great pleasure. We have a twofer. So we have Seniors of the Year Award, and it gives me great pleasure to announce our winners, Jarnell and Inder Gahunia. And they have been named the 2024 Seniors of the Year. Congratulations.
Well, Jarnell and Inder are a local husband-wife duo with long-standing commitment and love for helping others in their community. They own and have actively run a successful business in the downtown Chatham Mall for several years, serving as friendly faces for many newcomers from the South Asian community. Over the past 30 years, this couple have truly been the humble, quiet pillars of the Chatham-Kent Indian and Sikh community. They helped establish and remain active members of the Sikh community, Jarnell serving as president. And the Kent Sikh community, under Jarnell and Inder's leadership, collect donations to send help to many countries that have been hit by natural disasters. In 2023, they gathered and sent over $9,000 worth of merchandise and donated clothing to those in Syria and Turkey struggling to live in the aftermath of severe earthquakes in the Middle East.
Jarnell and Inder are prominent active members of the Chatham-Kent Asian Cultural Association, volunteering numerous hours for charity bingos, helping to organize other local events, raising money for Chatham-Kent Health Alliance equipment and services, along with other international humanitarian initiatives. In 2023, the CK Asian Cultural Association honored them with the Lifetime Achievement Award for their involvement over the last 3 decades.
Also, over the past 28 years, this couple have organized vision care camps in Punjab, India. These camps provide medical treatment and surgeries related to eye care for those who otherwise could not afford this specialized health service. Jarnell and Inder work very hard to make newcomers to our Chatham-Kent community feel welcome. Understanding the importance of diversity and inclusion, this couple works with other members of a local immigration partnership to organize the annual CK Welcome Week. Congratulations, Jarnell and Inder. We are so happy to be able to present you with the 2024 Chatham-Kent Seniors of the Year Award in recognition of your outstanding local and international volunteer initiatives and efforts over the past 30 years. So I think Mayor Caniff wanted to start with recognition from the Trevor Jones, our MPP, in Chatham-Kent Leamingtons from the provincial government. That's the first one.
I have the honor of presenting you with an award from our MP, Dave Epp, from the federal government. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And we have one more, and more importantly,
Most important,
Yes.
most
Yes.
importantly,
I've been working on my mind-face connections here, so we can look really good. But I'm thrilled to be able to present this to you guys. I've known you for a long time in the community and all the wonderful things you do. So thank you for making Chatham-Kent an amazing place. You've changed people's lives from what you do, both in Chatham-Kent and abroad. So thank you for everything you do. On behalf of myself, council, and Chatham-Kent, we'd like to present you with this award.
Thank
Would you like to say a few things? Yeah, don't look at all of them. This is wonderful.
here, I'll hold that for you. You got it?
I would like to thank you, our mayor, and also his office staff, and all the councillors and the selection committee. So although we were not, Rafi convinced us to get nominated for this award.
That's right.
So all this award goes to all the people who supported us, members of the Kent Sikh Society, members of the CK Asian Cultural Association, and all the members from the community who supported our good cause to do things for the humanity, although it's in our blood. We learned this from our parents, and this credit goes to them. So we are carrying on their legacy. So, and thank you very much. Thank you, our mayor, and all the staff. Thank you, and all the councillors once again. So.
Well, I don't know, we didn't mention this, but we did receive 33 nominees or nominations. You were one of those, but what we didn't say is that the number of people that nominated you actually almost equaled the total number of nominations we received.
It was
So it was phenomenal, actually. So you truly were this year.
You're an all-star amongst all-stars.
Yes, that's
So
right.
everyone nominated makes a huge difference, but I mean that we're thrilled. We'd like to present awards to all of them because they
Yes.
all do amazing work. But you've done so much, and we want to recognize you for that. So thank you.
So for go ahead.
It gives us some more energy to continue our work
Yes.
for the humanity. And thank you very much once again. So, from
welcome.
Konya family.
Well,
And,
for those
so I
interested,
hope, in the future, my children and grandchildren, they will continue
Yes.
doing this. Thank you.
there's no doubt that you're a role model for them. So for those interested in learning more about Janelle and Inder and all those nominated for the 2024 Chatham-Kent Senior Achievement Award, biographies of nominees can be found on the Chatham-Kent website. And we would also like to take this opportunity to thank all members of the 2024 Chatham-Kent Celebration of Older Adults Committee who are not here today. Councillor Allison Story, Catherine Vanek, Eleanor Mifflin, Victoria Stewart, and Marie Bergsma. Sincere appreciation is also afforded to the Chatham-Kent communication team and Eric Shaw from Your TV, who provided the technical support for this live production brought to you today. So we have another announcement, Marjorie.
Yes, before signing off, we're excited to announce that our second annual in-person event is being held again this year. It will be held, it's called the Chatham-Kent Celebration of Older Adults Aging Well Conference.
And this will be a free in-person event held at the Hidden Hills Golf and Country Club here in Chatham, Thursday, October 17th, 2024, 8:30 to 1 p.m. with morning refreshment and lunch provided. Please join us to learn more about wills and estates, when to be concerned about memory loss, fitness and aging, what you need to know about what's in your medicine cabinet, and tech for seniors, how to protect yourself from frauds and scams.
Is there an age cutoff here? Do I qualify to come out?
We expect you to be there,
Okay.
and
You're old
Great.
enough,
And
so.
you're old.
This is a free event, but please, you must register by calling Family Service Kent at 354-6221 and go to extension 241 to register.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. Stay well and safe, and we hope to see all of you in person this October at the Aging Well Conference. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Have an amazing day.
An epic day.
Epic day. Yeah.